All right, so it is my turn now. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, somebody raised a hand. Did you have a question?
No, I accidentally pushed it. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. And please feel free to ask questions if you have any. We'd be happy to answer them. Oh, can you pronounce that for me? Sparklers in Taiwan are called what?
Sparklers is called in Taiwan is 仙女棒,仙女棒,仙女棒.
Xianyubang. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
It translate is a wand, angel's wand, like Harry Potter's wand.
Very nice.
Wow.
All right. So now I am going to talk about what is the story of Independence Day and how this holiday came about in the United States. Um, Independence Day, as Marceline mentioned, is also called the 4th of July, and it marks the date in 1776, so many, many years ago, when the Declaration of Independence was approved. Um, this declaration pretty much said that all the American colonies were tired of being ruled by Great Britain and they wanted to become their own country. But before this, um, America was part of the Kingdom of Great Britain, which is now called the UK or the United Kingdom. And in the 1600s, people came from Great Britain in to settle and start new colonies, and which now we now know as North America. And this happened between 1607 and 1732, so over 200 years ago. And the British, they found the first colonies or the first cities, and they called them colonies. They founded were Virginia, New York, Massachusetts, Maryland, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Delaware, North Carolina, South Carolina, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. Has anybody heard of those states before?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Has anybody been to any of those states before? No. Okay. No worries. I haven't been to any of those states either, so it's fine. Uh, Now, as these colonies grew, the people that lived there thought that the British government was being very mean to them or very unfair. So they had to pay a lot of taxes. Here in the US, we have taxes, so they're pretty much like they're charging you to bring the stuff from Britain over to the US. So they had to pay for that. So the people that were living here in the in the Americas were pretty much getting tired of these laws, and they couldn't do anything to change them. So what they did is they did a revolution. So they did a war because they didn't like this. So this war began in 1775. Um, but even though they were fighting against them, it wasn't enough. Um, so the colonists decided that they needed to declare their own independence in writing to explain the reasons and and tell them why they were doing this Declaration of Independence. So on July 4th of 1776, a small group of representatives from the colonies, the states that, I'm sorry, somebody had a question? Yes, go ahead.
Is the war the Civil War?
No, this is not the Civil War. The Civil War became a little bit later.
Okay, thank you.
This is when, yeah, you're welcome. This is when everything was barely being built. There's new cities, there's new people coming over. So they're rebelling against people from Britain that were imposing all these laws and all these taxes into them. Great question, by the way. And so yeah, so once they got together, this small group of people, um, they signed this document that's called the Declaration of Independence. Um, so then on this document, it became very important in United States history. And one of the words that was read at the Independence Hall, um, which was in Philadelphia, was we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So pretty much what that meant was that they wanted fair treatment for everybody, um, that everybody was supposed to be treated, with certain rights. And among those rights was life, liberty, and the pursuit of being happy. So they were free to do whatever they thought it was right so they could be happy in life. Um, so now, like I said, these brave words now are part of the Declaration of Independence. And this is making sure they, this is letting everybody else know that they are separated from England now, that they're no longer ruled by them. Um, and fast forward a couple of years now. Every 4th of July, we do the celebration. Um, we do, like Marcy mentioned earlier, we do barbecues, we do some fireworks, we eat hamburgers, hot dogs. We celebrate because it was a great moment on history. That we became free, right? So like I said, people like will wear the American flag, um, just like the colonists were doing it all those years ago. Um, so the like this slide says, the only custom we don't observe anymore is lighting the candles in house of windows. Because most of us don't really have a candle anymore. so yeah, so that's pretty much one of the customs we don't really do anymore. But back in the day, 4th of July, they will light their houses with lots of candles. So this showed that they were supporting the new government. So yeah, that's as far as all I got. Does anybody else have any other questions? Anything else you would like to know about 4th of July? Yes, go ahead.
Isn't 4th of July the same Independence Day of Canada?
No,